So we're gonna do this real quick. Of Ty Lue getting hired as coach. I was pretty excited when I heard the news, to be honest. I wanted Sam Cassell. He was my first choice, but hey, just to get another coach with some championship experience, a championship under his belt, and someone that's not Cock Rivers is awesome. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I guess. I think it's going to be good because a lot of people have said they had some concerns about the fact that he was on Cock's staff, but I think that he's actually going to be. I think that in some cases, these coaches are afraid, especially when you have a coach like Glenn Rivers who has pedigree and you know people respect him. These assistant coaches, a lot of them don't want to overstep their bounds. They can't fully do what they want. So I think Ty Lue is going to be given the reins now, and I feel better about it that the players kind of signed off on it. And I know what everyone's going to say. Oh, Ty Lue, he sucks. You know, he's only lucky because he coached LeBron. Like, other than that, he wouldn't be shit. I think it's a little BS because even when I was a LeBron fan back then, you have to think, like, you can't just take over a team mid-season and, like, get him to a championship without doing something right. He had to have done something right. He did many things right because they won. They came back from a 3-1 lead. And at the end of the day, even though he got a little bit of what's it called? He got a little bit of hate for it, or people slighted him for it. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Got confused. He got a little bit of bad luck or good luck with Draymond Green getting suspended. At the end of the day, he still got the championship, and he still, did the job, Ty Lue. And I saw that clip that's been trending of him telling LeBron to shut the fuck up. And that's good because we need somebody to discipline our players. And I still do feel as though Ty Lue did let LeBron run everything when he was in Cleveland. And the thing is, people have to understand. Oh, Ty Lue. People are saying, oh, Ty Lue's just going to let Kawhi do anything he wants. It's going to be the same as LeBron. That's not true because when LeBron was in Cleveland, you have to understand that he can do whatever he wants. Honestly, LeBron can kind of just do whatever he wants wherever he goes. But I think when he's with the Lakers and when he was with Miami, they had better structured organizations so that he kind of buys in sometimes, except for the first year. 2011, he was saying a bunch of BS and just being a drama queen. And last year, he was being a complete drama queen. But this year, he really bought. And I think it actually goes to the point that my friend Lucas made on the New York State of Mind episode. It's when LeBron has what he wants, he's totally great. When he's, a little bit, not getting fully what he wants, having a tough time, he tends to complain to be a drama queen. And I think that Ty Lue couldn't do what he wanted to do in Cleveland in terms of disciplining LeBron James because he knows that he's on a tight leash in Cleveland. If he does anything wrong, like LeBron will always get deference over Ty Lue, especially in that position. So if Ty Lue did anything to piss him off the way David Blatt did, because you guys saw what David Blatt just literally tried to implement his own philosophies and have the ball not always in LeBron's hands. And LeBron hated that. And he literally just bullied him essentially into getting, into either feeling bad and pressured the organization into getting rid of him and hiring Ty Lue. So LeBron wanted Ty Lue, and Ty Lue had to make sure he didn't do anything against LeBron. Whereas right now with this organization with Kawhi, even though we can't fully piss off Kawhi, he needs to be disciplined. He needs to be held accountable. Obviously, I saw those articles from The Athletic, and I don't know if it's true or not, but it makes sense if it is because they're saying that Kawhi was choosing when he played. He was late to flights and stuff. And it's just really disheartening to hear that because when we got this guy and Kobe even said himself before he passed away was Kawhi is the player like me, most like me in the NBA. And that's mostly stylistic things. It's not a mentality thing. I mean, the only mentality is that they don't make excuses, sure. But Kawhi and Kobe differ in mentality and effort levels and intensity completely. That's very obvious. But their game styles are similar in the sense that, they master the mid-range game. They're great in the post. They love to take – I think Kawhi's honestly smarter with his shot selection, but he can't hit the shots Kobe used to hit. Kawhi's not great from Kawhi is not great from past 15 feet, whereas Kobe from that 18-foot range was just he could make the most ridiculous shots, even threes. Kawhi's not too great at three-point shooter, but it seems like Kawhi's more like LeBron than Kobe was. I thought he was really not a drama queen, not a diva, but it seems like he really wants everything his way. And you know what? We're gonna have to conform to that because we sold our future for that fucking loser in Paul George. We're going to have to just do whatever it takes to keep Kawhi happy. But I am happy in the sense that I feel like Cock Rivers, everybody acts like he's such a player's coach. Player's coach, meaning that he lets them run over him and do whatever he wants without repercussions. And I think that he's always been too soft on the players, on Blake Griffin, on Chris Paul. I mean, Chris Paul was pretty good. I think Cock was just – the second he gave Austin Rivers that contract, Chris Paul lost respect for him. But I don't think he held the players accountable enough. I think he just let them do their thing, where I think Ty Lue is going to step on them, and he's going to be like – he saw – I bet you Sam Cassell and Ty Lue just sat there watching Doc let the Clippers run amok last season and just like do whatever they want, to let Kawhi get his preferential treatment. And I think he's going to discipline them this year. And he has more license to do so than he did in Cleveland. In Cleveland, he has to make sure he's walking on eggshells in Cleveland because he needs to make sure he conforms to LeBron's every wish. Now he can kind of do a little bit less of that with Kawhi, but he still needs to be disciplined, because if I see him yelling at Kawhi, I'm going to be really happy about it, because he needs to be disciplined. He needs to be held accountable for what he did, for how he pretty much gave up on us. And Clipper fans aren't going to like that take. I see a lot of Clipper fans on Twitter and a lot of places defending Kawhi and getting mad at the role players. You know, two wrongs don't make a right. That's how I view it. I mean, of course, they need to realize that without Kawhi, we don't get anywhere. We need him to succeed. However, like, I'm just so tired of these stars in today's NBA getting like this preferential treatment. Like, they literally are so fucking pampered. It's like absurd. Like, I can't believe this. Like, I'm watching, as I said, by the way, I'm getting a lot of comments on that video is going like wildfire, but I'm getting a lot of comments. Oh, Laker Nation will accept you, this and that, and stuff like that. And I don't know what it is, but it's like, I think that, oh, by the way, I'm also getting a lot of comments like, oh, where does this put LeBron? How do you view him in comparison to Jordan? This and that. Go listen to my actual podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I talk about this stuff a lot. And I don't like LeBron, but I used to love him. Like, you understand? Like, it's just because I've changed my view of the game and I've matured in my thoughts. And obviously him being on the Lakers doesn't really help. Like, I used to argue with Laker fans all the time about how great he was, and they used to shit on him all the time. So like, it is kind of hard for me to see this now. But at the end of the day, it's not going to cloud my judgment. I'm going to speak the facts on Bron, and but the thing is, the problem is, like, here's the thing. LeBron fans, you're not going to like me. You're going to hate my channel because they're not going to hear what you want to hear. Laker fans, you're going to love my channel because I'm going to appreciate greatness. I'm going to hold everybody accountable. And plus, I'm a huge lover of the history of the game. And as I said in my show, since I started my podcast, I'm going to be going into the history of basketball. Ha! Yeah, hepatitis, see you later. Wow. A lot of comments all of a sudden. Hopefully my Lakers keep Rondo away from the damn Clippers. Dude, I love Rondo. I would take him in such a heartbeat. Thoughts on the CP3 rumors and going to Lakers? Bro, if CP3 goes to the Lakers, I will literally, like, kill myself. Like, I love him so much, man. Like, Chris Paul, to this day, is my favorite player to ever play the game. My stylistic favorite player to play the game, though, is Magic Johnson, and it's not close. That's why I said Laker fans are going to love my content, because I'm going to do a lot of stuff on them and Showtime, and, like, oh, my goodness, man. Like, I just think that the stars in previous eras were held to much higher standards, and I think that they didn't get the benefit of, like, oh, it's all Danny Green's fault, like, that he missed shots. And like, oh, it's like all the coach's fault. Like, no, people are being way too soft on stars. Kawhi, LeBron, all of them, when they fail, people are so – Giannis especially, guys. Oh, my word. He needs to leave. Yeah, because he can't shoot a jumper and because he stands at the three-point line instead of going to the post and being good. See if there's going to like – bro, if Chris Paul comes to the Lakers, man, consider me never – I may just never talk about modern basketball ever again. That's how bad it is. Yes, hepatitis C. I am so excited about Chauncey Billups being an assistant coach. I'm so excited about it because Chauncey Billups is one of the smartest players I've ever seen. We got the pleasure of having him for 2 years, and he was so good. Like, I mean, he tore his Achilles very quick into the season against Orlando, but he is just like – he's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. High IQ, winner, makes everyone better. He has a knack for the big shot. Yeah, Abdi, bro, I know Sam Cassell was the one, but don't be negative on Ty Lue. We got to give him a chance, man. Does that mean that he's going to lead us to the championship? I think that's more on our personnel. I think that we'll see how he does, but to be honest, man, I just don't know if I want to tell you the truth. Lakers want Beal then now. They want CP3. They never satisfied, but Katie Warriors unfair. I know. You feel me, though? I hope Sam Cassell still assists Abdi. Xavier Dawson. I see the Clipper fans coming in. Dude, this is going to be a crazy hub for like LA basketball fans. Like all my subscribers are Laker fans now because of my video. Like keep it coming, Laker fans. I still want to hear the shit. Clipper fans, though, of course, loving you guys and hoping for the best. But if I'm being quite honest, man, and I hope I'm wrong and you guys can laugh at me, but I just don't think we're going to win a championship with Paul George. Sue me. I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm being realistic. I don't think it's going to happen because I just think that he doesn't have what it takes. Now, if I'm wrong, I will make a video apologizing to Paul George and really feeling bad about what I said. I haven't heard from them since Game 7. Well, you've been hearing a lot from me, Edson Anaya. By the way, I think he needs to change his mindset. Okay, I mean, it's easier said than done, Abdi, to change his mindset. He's a fucking bitch. Like, if you really think about it. By the way, stop. What's it called? Bro, I'm talking about the Clippers guy hiring Ty Lue Anaya. By the way, you have the same last name as this bitch-ass coach that I used to have in high school. He's a fucking bitch. So if you're from the same cloth as him, you fucking suck too. Anyway. God damn it, that phone is so annoying. I talk Lakers because this isn't a Clipper channel. Does it say Clippers anywhere? Why don't you tell me if it does? It's Dime Dropper Podcast, not Clipper channel. Really? That's your uncle, Vejas? Fuck off my channel then, boss. Fuck off my channel. I don't need to see you. I don't like fools like that. You know what he told me one time? That's not your uncle, bro. Chill. That's not your uncle. Stop. Just stop. Anyway, super off topic. Yeah, I think we should be optimistic with Ty Lue, man. I think we should be optimistic with Ty Lue. He has a championship that I think is more legitimate. I don't know, man. He did have some luck. I mean, he did have LeBron. He did have the suspension of Draymond. So at the end of the day, he did get some luck too. But at the same time, all right, for sure, bro. My bad, Anaya, for spamming on you. I saw that name and I was like, fuck that fool. But LeBron gave thank you that Ty that chip. Oh my God, I guess so. If you want to go that. It's always about LeBron. So no matter what coach coaches him, nobody can ever do right. I guess that's the way it is with him. And that's why I fucking hate LeBron fans because you guys don't understand. Vogel deserves credit. Oh yeah, you know what? LeBron wanted Eric Spoelstra fired, right? Look what happened 7 years later and that he still has a job. One of the best coaches in the league. So I don't want to hear all that bullshit, bro. I don't want to hear. Everyone just wants to suck LeBron's cock so much. Like, bro, let's be realistic. All-time great player, but coaches still have to do their job. And I know basketball is the biggest sport that's all about the players. It's mostly about the players. Let's be honest. It is mostly about the players, but the coach, he took over a team mid-season and helped them win the championship. No, I'm not going to disrespect. Here's the problem with you, Jacob, Jesse, or whoever you LeBron fans, is you take that anything negative about LeBron is disrespect. It's not, bro. And if you think that I'm supposed to adjust my takes and just conform to you LeBron fans because you don't want to hear anything bad about him, then just unsubscribe right now because I'm not going to do that shit. Everyone's going to be held accountable. And no one is no GOAT here. There's a reason why I haven't said the GOAT. There's a reason why I haven't said I think Jordan's the best. I haven't said I think Russell's the best. Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant. There's a reason I don't say these things because I am watching all of the history of basketball. If you listen to my podcast, you'll hear I'm trying to be the best podcaster there is, to be the best there is. Like Kobe Bryant said, to be the best in what you want to do, you got to work harder than everybody else. I don't see 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds sitting down, studying every single era of basketball, watching every single available game the way I do. Right now, I'm only on 1975. So I can't tell you who the GOAT is. I can't tell you who's this and that, who's above who and that. Because at the end of the day, you can look up their basketball reference, you can look up their Wikipedia and all that bullshit. You're not going to see what you need to see without watching the games and seeing what aligns with your views. For me, it's making the right plays at the right times, knowing when to take over games, knowing when to be passive, knowing when to get your teammates involved, knowing when to score, knowing when to put your foot on the throat, knowing when to do all these things at the course of a game. Are you playing defense? Are you giving me consistent effort? All these little things. These are my what I go into it as a basketball player. Because I used to play basketball. And I still play basketball. But, with coronavirus, I haven't touched a ball in so fucking long. Actually, I have, but not shot a real ball in so long. And I'm going to tell you, you guys, if you want to know about basketball, like the whole thing, follow me along this journey because I'm trying to learn about all the eras. Like, I know the game, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're watching LeBron and Kobe do everything, like, and you're watching and you're living through their greatness, it's not the same as watching The Last Dance and watching YouTube videos of Michael Jordan. The best if you're watching full series, bro, because then you're hearing the commentators. You're hearing what was happening in the moment. You're not listening to this revisionist bullshit that everybody spews about, oh, this and that, Wikipedia, oh, what did he do without Pippen, all this fucking garbage. I don't want to hear that. By the way, sorry that I went. I don't want this video is not supposed to be a real episode. Like, I'm just doing it to react to Ty Lue's firing. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna have to put Clipper fan on my videos for a bit because because the SEO, like the search engine optimization, is so crazy for it. Like, I don't want to be known as like I'm a basketball podcast host that's a Clipper fan. I'm not a Clipper podcast host. Let's be clear about that. I'm LA centric though because I live here. So yeah, I have to just put Clipper fan in the description for a bit because my 3 highest viewed videos are Clipper fan in the description. So I'm just going to do that for the SEO. So before I end the podcast or the fucking video, I'm going to read your comments because you guys are spitting a lot. Dude, I actually have like real listeners now. Like, this is cool. Bro, I'm not that angry of a person, guys. I've seen like I was going to pop a fucking blood vessel in that video. And every time I see it, like almost brings me to tears a little bit because like, dude, I can't believe a team really made me so angry like that. Shame on them. Shame on them. But let me just read the comments real quick. Rondo versus CP3 in an MMA match. I love Rondo and Chris Paul, dude. This channel is called Dime Dropper for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, I love the pass. I was a point guard. Like, I love passing the ball too. That's why Magic Johnson's the GOAT. You know what I mean? Using the term GOAT lightly. GOAT of point guards, though. I don't need to watch more games to figure that out. Clippers will always be trash until they leave Cali. Bot takes. Not feeling Ty Lue. Don't be skeptics, man. Come on. Yes, I love Chauncey Billups. Is Sam Castill going to still be an assistant? I don't know. What's a Clipper fan? Then we can. If I were the Clippers, I would trade PG-13 for Wiggins and the number 2 pick and then get LaMelo. You guys to replenish. Easier said than done, man. I don't know. I'd be anything to get Paul off the team for me. I sound harsh when I say that, but that's just because I think that we're not going to win with him. If we are, I'm wrong. You know, I'll apologize. I'll say I'm so sorry to Paul George, but that's how I feel. I saw a lot of Clipper gear at the thrift store. Oh man, what's your starting 5 for a hypothetical game 7? Jesus. I don't know, man. We don't even have our team next year, so. Patrick Beverly, I wouldn't be fine with him going to the bench. I wouldn't be fine with him being a backup point guard. If we need a leader of men. We need a floor general. We need it's not even actually necessarily about being a floor general. It's about having a voice, having a talkative basketball mind. And I love that we have Chauncey Billups on the bench now. And Ty Lue was a point guard. Like, he was talkative when he played. But, you know, still having someone on the court would be nice. I wish I would give my left nut for Chris Paul back, quite frankly. Like, probably I would give my left nut, a pinky, like maybe my Kawhi jersey, actually for sure my Kawhi jersey, like, I don't know, $100, like anything to bring him back. If Pop coached LeBron, they'll say LeBron carried him too. Yeah, facts. Exactly. Don't disrespect LeBron ever. We already covered that. LeBron is the best. You can think what you want. Scalabrini's the GOAT. High key. I just discovered this channel. Appreciate you, Z Smooth. What do you expect when your Clippers next season? I expect us to be better. Simple as that. I expect us to be a better coach team and have more seriousness and less talking, more humility, Know your place. Know what jersey you're putting on. Seriously, know what jersey you're putting on and know how badly the fans have suffered. You don't play for you and your family. That's it. It doesn't end there. You have millions of subscribers and followers for a reason, or millions of followers on shit. GOAT is an overused word 20 years from now. Someone going to be amazing like LeBron or Jordan. It's annoying. Just enjoy the players. Yeah, facts. True. Yeah, Braun gets the passive sometimes when his team needs him to score. As a Laker fan, it was stressful, but hey, it worked, I guess. Here we go, Laker fans. I see it. You know what I'm saying, fam. I'm not just saying it's a hate. You see it because we saw Kobe Bean. Passive was not the word described. Would it come back to bite him in the ass sometimes? You bet it would. But, man, I'm always going to have somebody that's going to go down with the weight of the world on their shoulders over giving it to someone else. That's just me. Not everyone needs to agree with what I say. When you say cock Rivers, I start laughing so hard, I swear. Yeah, dude, I've been using that for like 5 years. I don't fuck with bro. Good human being, though, cock Rivers. You're more of a Clipper fan than that dude, Daryl. Dude, Daryl and I used to know each other, actually, when I went to the games. I used to I used to be like, like the kid with like 7 years old, 8 years old, go to the games, and he used to he used to recognize me, not by name, but my face. He's a good guy, but he's definitely a little bit of a figurehead. San Diego Clippers, no. Do you want Chris Paul back at the Clippers? Already answered that. Yo, you guys are not going to win with Paul George. Sorry, Kawhi Leonard's a superstar. That's a good thing. Yes, CK, you're right. Right on. Kawhi and PG-13 may get their fingers up their ass and train and not take days off. I really hope that's not the case and they learn their lesson. Later, go get Rubio via trade and Ish Smith. Dude, I wouldn't mind Rubio at all. Totally wouldn't mind Rubio. Ish Smith, I mean, he's better than Reggie, but like, I don't know. I would rather have Patrick Beverly coming off the bench if we get Rubio, but I think Rubio's going to stay in Phoenix. I think he likes it there. Would you like to make a personal wager the Clippers will not come out of the West? No, are you kidding me? You think I bet on the Clippers after all these years? Come on, man. You should know better. I'm not trying to lose money. The Clot. LMAO. Yeah, Mo Harris. I don't know if they call you Mo. Mo Harkless ass? Dude, I know. The Clot. Dude, Kawhi is so Clot for that shit, dude. That jersey is staying in the Clot zit. You should just trade Paul George for Joel Embiid. Bro, you think the Sixers would accept that trade? If the Sixers accepted that trade, they'd be so dumb. I would take that in a heartbeat. Because even though Embiid lacks seriousness, if he's the number 2, I'll take that. The problem is I feel like JoJo would come here and just like, fuck, man, I got to work out, man. I can't be on here for too much longer, but got to get on with my day. But what was I going to say? Yeah, Embiid. Bro, I still can't believe we have 33 of you guys on here. Let's go. Hey, yo, if y'all got basketball fans, like tell them about my channel. Like we're just starting out here. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as quick as possible, man. But Embiid, I feel like he would contribute to the shit talking. Like, I feel like he would just talk a bunch of shit to the Lakers. And like, I don't want that because it's just you're putting the fans in a position where I'm sitting here being humble and stuff. Like, yes, I did think we were going to win the championship this year. I did. Like, why wouldn't I believe that with Kawhi? Like, it's not like the Lakers didn't. Like, yeah, they showed less flaws in the regular season than we did, but they still showed flaws. They just, there wasn't a team good enough to exploit those, or they were just the best team in the league. And we weren't, but that doesn't mean that anyone could, like, if you saw that we were, like, expected us to lose to Denver, like, I just think that's a little bullshit because, like, we should have beaten the Nuggets. Like, it has nothing to, like, here's the thing, the chemistry and all that stuff, like, the lack of cohesion, that has something to do with the reason we didn't win the whole thing and that the reason why we weren't going to win the whole thing. But despite all that BS, we still would have beaten the Nuggets if we just, like, made some fucking shots in one of those 3 fourth quarters. Like, has no excuse for the chemistry, bro. They just didn't perform, and Koch did nothing to help with his ridiculous refusal to call timeouts, acting like he's Phil Jackson and the players can just figure it out. Ridiculous logic. What am I saying? Let me see. You get a subscription from me as a Lakers fan. Yeah, you should, bro. Don't care that I'm a Clipper fan. That doesn't mean I'm just going to that doesn't mean I'm going to make videos shit-talking the Lakers. Like, I'll shit-talk the Lakers when necessary. But, like, we hold everyone accountable here, my friend. No Clipper player even mentions the fans in their exit interviews. Fact, and that's why I'm pissed. Paul George and Zubats for Embiid. I love Zubats, but I'd take that. I got you, bro. I'll tell people about you. Okay, Muhammad, I feel you. Subbed. He talks the talk, but can he walk the walk? Who are you referring to, Zenar Marjorison? If the Lakers get Beal, is it a wrap? I don't know, dude. I think that the Lakers need to do a lot more, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it with this team. Fine-tune, but don't change anything too much. Like, let AD go crazy next year, guys. Like, I don't think you guys realize, like, the best thing to do with this Laker team is just fine-tune some things. You don't need to rock the boat too much. Don't rock the boat. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Anthony Davis with championship confidence next year is going to be insane. Maybe the best player in the NBA. So, I don't know, man. Raptors helped Kawhi as well. People act like he carried them all the time. That Philly series, the team had contributions, every player. Facts. Absolutely. Absolutely. The word carried I don't honestly hate the word carried in reference to teams that win the championships because you cannot just carry a team to the championship. You need help. It doesn't work like that because even if you carry a team offensively, you can't, like, for example, the words carried, they used a lot when describing the 2011 Dallas Mavericks and the 1994 Houston Rockets. But at the end of the day, Tyson Chandler, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, Deshaun Stevenson, Sean Marion, all those guys were incredible defensively. And Jason Terry, all those players were fantastic when Dirk Nowitzki won the championship. So that carrying stuff, I don't want to hear that. Also, guys, I'm gonna tell you I have a couple like litmus tests of like whether or not somebody knows basketball. And one of them is Kobe carried Shaq. I'm sorry, vice versa. Shaq carried Kobe. Carried. If you want to talk with me. You're not gonna get a response because it's like that stupid. What am I looking for here? This wasn't a good hire, to be honest. What makes you say that? I think it's a pretty good hire. There wasn't that many better coaches on the market. What do you want us to do? Hire D'Antoni? Glenn Rivers was at fault. Yeah, he was. Beal to the Clippers? Oh my God. I mean, for Paul George, are you kidding? Yeah. Trade Danny Green. I just keep him for one more year. He still won the championship 2 years in a row. I know he misses shots, but he spaces the floor and plays defense. If you can find someone better that's gonna, here's the thing: if you want to find out when you trade Danny Green or get rid of Danny Green, I think you need somebody that's good, but it's not like someone that's not going to do too much. I think that's one of the reasons why Danny Green is actually not bad is because he never does too much. Like he misses open threes, big deal. Like they're not like possessions where he's like just dribbling the air out of the ball, just doing more like fucking up the chemistry. Like he doesn't do that stuff. He's very good with players. He doesn't need the ball. Fred VanVleet should have gotten MVP for Toronto. That's a joke. No, the Lakers need to get rid of Green and Kuzma. They need scoring guards who can actually dribble. I don't think so. There's a reason why LeBron's teams don't have scoring guards that can dribble and create. There's a reason for that. We saw it last year with Zoe and Ingram that can create. It doesn't work like that. It's better to have players that will just play off of LeBron for his style. Golden State carried KD to his chip. Yeah. Why are you so mad at Paul George? Why am I mad at Paul George? Because he disrespected the fans on multiple occasions. You know, I swear to God, I have literal PTSD every single time I hear Mike Breen say, off the side of the backboard. I can't, I literally have PTSD because of it. Like, it's the side of the backboard, way off. Oh my goodness, bro. It's like you're sticking a dagger in my chest. Like, also to go as far as to say, this isn't championship or bust is a complete, you know what that is? That's like when I play video games and I'm like, when I'm losing, oh, I wasn't even trying. That's what that sounds like to me. What are you, 5 years old? Are you kidding me? You blew it. And you know what's funny is I bought his t-shirt just to even though I didn't fuck with bro, just to give some support. And I don't know where it is right now, but I'm not even gonna look for that shirt. Let's see what else. Why is so yeah, and then also to go as far as to say that we're in the driver's seat after my ass is fucking panicking after we lost game 6 is if you say that, I swear to God, you better take care of business. And the fact that he didn't do it is I'm surprised Clipper fans are being so generous with this guy. Fuck you. You didn't hear that from me. This man's a basketball scholar. Thanks, bro. I love the game, man. Truly. Love the game. Live, breathe, and sleep. No one can carry a team. Udonis Haslem was a great voice for the Miami Heat. Who do you think could be that guy for the Clippers? I don't know, man, but that's a good point. Udonis is a good voice for the Heat. I'm hoping Chauncey Billups can serve as that kind of a voice. Even though he's not on the roster, but let's be honest, is Udonis Haslem really even on the roster? Yes, he is, but he just fucking is an assistant coach basically. Danny Green's shot can only get better from this year, somewhat, unless you guys keep bullying him so much. Lake Show Yo head ass. Lakers need to trade Danny for Beal. That'd be a great trade in 2K fantasy. That's not happening in real life. Bro, OMG, Paul George wasn't even that bad. He was injured half the whole season. There was a whole pandemic. Oh my God. I guess you like him because you make excuses too. Are you serious, bro? Pandemic? My shoulder's really, really good in this bubble. Fuck out of here, bro. I don't want to hear those excuses, dude. Don't want to hear those excuses. God. Stop, Jeremy. I hope you're a Clipper fan, man, but don't be ridiculous. Pandemic? Yeah, there was a pandemic for AD, LeBron, and every single other person. I don't want to hear that shoulder nonsense anymore. I'm sick of the PG-13 excuses. Yeah, so am I. I thought it was championship or bust the whole time. Yeah, it was. I'm mad at Paul George. I'm a Laker fan. Yeah, Lakers need to stay the hell away from CP3. I hope you do. Yeah, Mike Breen gave him a nickname with that playoff comment. Yep. Playoff P with the ultimate disrespect saying this isn't a championship or deal, but you signed a 2-year deal. Yeah, he's ass. Don't lie. Your Kawhi jersey's at the Goodwill. No, it's in the closet. I can show it to you if you want, Brown Phillip. What's the longevity to keep running it back? I think that's the problem with LBJ teams. They get guys who just stand in the corner for spots, especially with the Warriors and Nets coming back. That's just because LeBron doesn't Manveer Gill. I know the entire team is at fault. That's why I have 22,000 views on a video that I fucking spammed on the team for 15 minutes. Are you kidding me? Don't tell me that I'm just blaming Paul George. Please, 22,000 views of me spamming on the whole team. Stop telling me that I'm singling players out. I'm singling everybody out, okay? I don't want to hear that shit anymore. You're actually making me angry now. So what the fuck are we going to next year? I don't know, man. Be optimistic. We have a new coach. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. We gotta hope that Paul George does better. That's all I can say. We gotta hope that he does better. But if I'm like, here's my problem with you guys, Clipper fans, is you act like this is the only time Paul George has ever done this. Like, this is it was 1 year, clean slate. No, it's fucking not. Did you watch him against Utah just collapse like that and play like Joe Ingles made him look stupid? Did you watch him last year when Mo Harkless was ripping him at half court in game 2 of the first round against Portland? And then after we want to blame it on his shoulders. Cool, cute excuse. Get the fuck out of here. This is 3 years of the same bullshit. I had my doubts all season, okay? So it doesn't just reset this year. It doesn't just reset. Paul George can prove me wrong, but until he does that, I don't fuck with bro. I don't fuck with anyone on that team. I already said what I said. I'm still rooting for the team because I bleed Clippers. I bleed the Clippers. I'm a Clipper fan. The players need to earn their respect. They don't just gate it for putting on the jersey. That's bullshit. Let's see. What's the longevity if they keep running it back? I don't know, man. 1 year at a time. Paul George is complete trash. The funny thing is, PG said it's chip or bust before the season started. Exactly. He's going back on his own words, which is the sign. Bro, he just caps more than lids, bro. He's literally so capped. It's unbelievable. He has more caps than my fucking frat house did after a party. Didn't he say his shoulders felt good? Yes, he did. So what the fuck are we going to next year? Trade Patrick Beverley? Depends on the right. I actually like Patrick Beverley, man. He still always gives it his all. He just talks too much. Dude, you're such a likable Clipper fan. Fuck with you, bro. Laker fans are all welcome on we like basketball fans, man. The Lakers need to retool. Warriors are the truth. They're all healthy this year. I feel you, bro, but they don't have KD anymore. Like, I still take your chances. Like, if Draymond's going to keep up with AD, go for it. Are you worried if you don't win it next year, Kawhi and PG will leave? A little bit, yeah. Very worried, of course. It definitely, seeps into my mind. But, like, the thing is that the organization needs to do whatever they can to keep Kawhi around. They need to do whatever and they're going to, I feel like. I mean, Lawrence Frank's done a great job. Like he's at no fault. Because here's the thing, everybody wants to get on him for trading Paul George. Yes, it was a bad trade, but he needed to do whatever he could to get Kawhi. Because if Kawhi went to the Lakers, like, you guys think we're a laughing stock now, and that's cool, but we still have Kawhi Leonard on our basketball team. Like, if we didn't and you guys did, like, we might as well just move cities. So Lawrence Frank needed to do what had to be done. If the Clippers beat the Nuggets, do you think Lakers in 4 or 7? Definitely not 4. I'd say 6 or 7. Yeah, PG hasn't been clutch in the playoffs since 2014. Yeah, I mean, facts, Markel Scott. Are you a mixture of Markel Fultz and Mike Scott? If you watch his old interviews, he was saying it was a championship season. Yeah, he was. I think it was more than championship. It was more like championship, or I can't even find a word. PG for a different and more proven talent. I don't know. Lakers in 6 next season if they play the Clippers. Who's your GOAT? I already answered this question, man. I don't say who a GOAT. I don't know, okay? Just look at my videos, man. I'm trying to learn about the whole history of basketball. Too many people make statements without being, statements without doing their research, without actually watching games, bro. Like, yeah, Larry Bird, yeah, his resume looks cool. 3 ships, 2 finals MVPs, some good stats. What does that tell me? Go watch the games. What's he doing? So that's what I'm going to do. So I don't have a GOAT. Who's my favorite player of all time? It's Chris Paul until this point because I looked up to him. He's a point guard. But I think that my favorite player to watch basketball in the history of the game is Magic Johnson. And it's not close either. He's a basketball god. This is the guy that was making fun of Dame Dollar for missing a free throw and then try to apologize him. Yeah, facts, CK. CK, you spitting fact, girl. Or guy. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl. You're spitting facts, though. To be honest, bro, the Clippers got some bad luck, bro. Of course. Oh, no shit. Lob City failed. Yeah. And Kawhi, who has no feelings, choked. Facts. How do you feel about Kawhi leadership skills this year? He was too much of a silent leader. I understand leading by example, but you need to show me that you care and, like, chuck us out of the game, worst case scenario. I mean, Kareem has a lot of similarities in the way that he led. He wasn't very vocal at all. He needed like an Oscar Robertson or Magic to give a little bit of a voice to the team. He never won without one of those guys. So maybe it's the same. Am I trying to compare Kawhi to Kareem? No. No chance. But I think that their leadership styles and the way they go about things are similar in ways. Chris Paul will be perfect. Yeah, I agree. Warriors have no bench with Draymond. Facts. They don't have Iguodala. They don't have Livingston anymore. Draymond always cleans it off the front of the rim. He's a good player, though, man. I would give so much to have Draymond on my team. The defense, the communication, the leadership. It's hard being a Paul George fan right now. I can't show my face. Yeah. What makes – Jeremy, can you answer why you're a Paul George fan? Like, what was it that made you be a fan of him? Like, was it like his game? Was it his attitude? Was it Indiana? I think GOAT should have its own list. I mean, it's cool. Hawk Rivers is about to be a bust for the Sixers. Yeah, you know it. As a Bulls fan, hey, go. I like the diversity. I'm kind of hoping the Clippers lose in small. We get Kawhi. Fuck off. You already had Jordan, bro. Chill. What player can help the Clippers in free agency? Serge Ibaka. Because he can protect the rim, he can spread the floor, and he can be a backup to Zoo. Are you happy seeing SGA balling this year? You bet I am, dude. I love SGA. I hope to meet him. His trainer actually used to train me, Olin Simplis. I used to go to his clinics. And I remember seeing Spencer there, Dinwiddie. He's a good player, really good guy too. But yeah, SGA and I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with his trainer and see if I can have him on the show, because it'd be awesome to reconnect again. I mean, he probably won't recognize me after all these years, but SGA was the man and he had the same trainer as I had, so that's pretty cool. You think Kawhi would have gone to the Lakers if Clippers didn't get PG-13, or would he have gone back to Toronto? That's an amazing question. I honestly have no idea. I think Kawhi was fiending so hard. Like, he should have just played it out with our team. And then if we lost this year, we just retool this year and we're not in the same kind of predicament. God, you guys are like, there's 50 of you on here. Like, this was supposed to be a 10-minute video and now it's like a Q&A. Like, it's hilarious. Indiana, bro, he was a smooth baller, and the way he creates a shot with the fancy dribble moves. Facts, man. I'm a team fan, man. I don't have any loyalty to players. I'm a team fan because at the end of the day, it's a team sport, and I'm a team player. And I like seeing other people succeed more than I like seeing myself succeed on the court. That's just how I used to play. I used to get more – what's funny is basketball actually – if it wasn't for basketball, I wouldn't have graduated. I wouldn't have graduated from high school like across the stage. I would have graduated, but I wouldn't have been at the ceremony. That's another story for another day, though. Why do you think people think Draymond Green is trash? Because why people think Draymond Green is trash is because we have our generation is infatuated in statistics and doesn't actually watch the games and believes that stats are everything. Last year, I thought that Draymond Green was having an off year, and then I watched every single one of his playoff games, starting from the first round against us to the finals against Toronto. He's so good, man. Especially for the modern NBA, he's so good. He does so many things that don't go in the stat sheet, like it's unexplainable. And I think this year he tried, he kind of gave up in a way, which I don't fuck with, but he just tried to get everybody involved and try to help the young guys instead of trying to score 16 points. And I actually thought this too. And then he went on All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson and said the exact same things. So he confirmed everything I believed. What do you think of Mo Spates making fun of LeBron? I think Mo Spates is great, and he's entitled to his opinion. And the only problem that it's getting so much traction is because LeBron fans are the most sensitive fans in the sport. They get butthurt every time anyone speaks a fact or anything about him, and they just go crazy about him. Lake Show 805. I fuck with you for your comment, man. The Clippers need a floor general. CP3 would be huge. Dude, tell me about it. Do you collect basketball cards? I don't collect them, but I have a lot. I have 50 Scottie Pippen ones too, because my friend gave it to me for my birthday, hilariously, 10 years ago. Fact. PG said Leonard both said they wanted to be traded to the Lakers before they end up to the Clippers. Do you think Doc is going to do good in Philly? He's going to do better. They're not going to do that well. They're not making it out of the second round. Are people still giving Paul George sympathy for breaking his leg 6 years ago? Too much excuses. CK, that's our culture today, man. They make it for LeBron too. His fans make the most excuses of all, and that's why I don't fuck with bro. He makes excuses. That's the problem. But he doesn't make excuses when he wins. And I think people forget that. But LeBron is still a GOAT. Don't get me wrong. But I don't fuck with the excuses at all. Draymond is trash? No. I don't even need to read the second part of your statement. I disagree. I would take him on my team. You need to get a fucking show on ESPN. Bro, and then ESPN's going to conform me to their beliefs of talking about LeBron and Jordan all the time. Bro, Laker fans, how do y'all feel about the fact that, how do you feel about the fact that the media is not even talking about anyone other than LeBron on the team? They're not talking about Vogel. They're not talking about AD. They're not talking about Caruso, KCP. Bro, I'm hearing more about Michael Jordan right now than I am about Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis played and averaged 30 points a game in the playoffs. That's the society we live in. That's the culture, the media machine that we live in. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want, ESPN, if they came to me and asked me for a job right now, of course I'd say yes, because the money runs this world. But I don't want to, the thing about having my own show is, and I'm going to keep it real here, is I'm going to I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about what the media wants me to talk about. And that's one thing I'm enjoying with having my own shit. So, man, if Jimmy would have said yes to Kawhi, they would have won the chip most likely. I know. You need to get a fucking show. What do you think about Clippers getting Jeremy Lin as a backup? I mean, it's better than Reggie Jackson, I guess, but that's good for like getting, Asian people at the games. I like Linsanity, but like that's been there, done that. And it's like the Clippers have a lot of the huge in the Asian community as well. So I don't think there would just be more of that. It would just be hilarious. I subscribe because I hope Paul George proves things wrong. Okay, Jeremy. Best of luck to you, man. I hope Paul George does prove me wrong. I hope so. That being said, though, I don't regret what I said because he made excuses and slapped us in the face with the comments that he made. Who do you think he should pick up Gallinari this offseason? Dude, I love Gallinari. I'd take him back with open arms. You're right. As a LeBron fan, it's irritating how much of the fans hug his nuts. Markel, are you a LeBron fan or are you a Laker fan? Rondo has gotten huge props. That's true. Rondo has gotten his props. I still think other players should have got more than they are getting, though. You guys give up your future for both of these players, and they might leave you guys. That's messed up. The GM must go if they leave. Hey, man, I think we're going to have to – or CK. I'm a guy. Okay, CK. I think that they're going to do everything they can to keep Kuwait in town. I really do think they are. ESPN was propping Clippers all season. Yeah, I don't like ESPN, guys. I mean, I don't like them. I don't know why you think that I agree with – their whole thing was to market the LA versus LA, which is the most views for them because we are the city that makes money, baby. So that's what they do. It's all driven by money, guys. Braun gets a pass for 2015. No, he doesn't get a pass. There's no pass. I'm not saying he should have won, but there's no passes in sports. I'm not saying he should have won. There's a difference between failing and expectation. There's no pass. This is a hall pass. We still champs, boss. I don't care who they talk about. Good for you. As a Laker fan, I hate it. LeBron is incredible. We need more attention to the other greatest player. Yeah, facts, Marcus Harper. You do. Real ball fans listen podcast. Interviews of other players. You have a real ball IQ. Keep it going. Rodrigo, I fuck with you, bro. Keep the support. What do you think of tier list to evaluate legends? I think it's good. I think there's one tier. Okay, this is going to be the last of my talk about the GOAT until I finish the evolution of basketball. Here are the 10 best players to ever play the game in no order. Ready? And I think it's very not arguable. Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kareem, Magic, Bird, Jordan, Kobe, Duncan, Shaq, and LeBron. That's it. Appreciate the content, bro. Keep it up. AD balled out. I hate ESPN for that too. Facts, Markel, bro. AD is so good. People sleep on him. He's so good. I got to watch him all year, bro. He's amazing. Media is gonna media. Facts. Gotta go. Great channel. Keep it up. Dude, I gotta go, man. I've been on this for 43 minutes. This is an episode length. KCB clutched up for us too. I remember he was the Danny Green type punching bag before Danny Green was here. Facts. My guy, Jeremy Lin, as a born fan, I do agree. A lot of people do get sensitive about it. I respect him for his play style, flaws and all, but they don't understand almost every player has been hated at some point. Facts. And I honestly think David Keys, I don't think LeBron is definitely the most scrutinized athlete the country's ever seen, and that started with the decision. How do you feel about Lou Williams in the playoffs? I think Lou Williams is harder for me to get mad at because of what he did last season, and if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't have gotten Kuwait and anything. And he did that was one of the best seasons I've ever seen a Clipper have last year. But he lacked seriousness with the whole wings thing. And he doesn't play any defense and rebound. And I just don't like I love bucket getters, but I hate players like that, man. I hate players like that. I need players to play defense. And sometimes it's very effort things with Lou. And Lou, he's in the same boat as the rest of the squad. I don't hate him at all. I don't even dislike Lou Williams. I still like him a lot. But, he let me down big time. Warrior fan since 2010 and Bron fan since 2007. So are you a Warriors fan or a Laker fan? I don't get it. Maybe a show like Pat McAfee. Yeah, I heard good things about him. As a Laker fan, you're absolutely right. Keep talking your shit. Stay diverse. I fuck you. Mr. Demeanor, I fuck with you. Jeremy Morel. Also, Montrezl Harrell was a nut that World Series. Where was his defense? He's not good at guarding a skilled big man. Your Jokic's, your Bobans, your ADs. Anyone that uses their size properly. And we don't have a lot of that in the NBA. That's why a guy like Boban can come in and get buckets on Trez. I like that list. Yes, sir. Brian Scalabrine for top 10, though? Hell yeah, bro. USC alum. Are you kidding? I shouldn't have said pass, but more like people shouldn't kill him for those years. Absolutely, hepatitis. People shouldn't kill him for those years. The only problem I have with 2018 is that LeBron quit in Game 4 and got swept. If you go look at the comments from Charles Barkley and Steve Smith, go look at the way they talked about his effort at the end of the game, and it's disgraceful. And Kobe Bryant would have never done some shit like that. And the way I was taught to play basketball, you don't quit no matter, like, even if you get the team with 5 short guys on the playground and you get 5 tall guys, you don't just give up before you start, especially when you're getting paid millions to do it. And if that's your last game in front of your fans, you don't do that. That's just how I view it. You can disagree with me all you want. That's my only problem. Would they have won the series? No chance. But don't quit. I shouldn't have. Paul George had his best season when he was coached by Frank Vogel, now a Lakers championship coach. Yes. So if you know he shouldn't have won the championship in his early years in Cleveland, then the years he faced Cavaliers, can we all agree his finals record shouldn't be held against him? I agree his finals record shouldn't really be held against him as much as people like to spam it. But I do think it's telling that the only 2 people in that top 10 I mentioned that have losing finals records are Chamberlain and LeBron, and they have a lot of similarities, guys. And I'll get into that in other episodes. And guys, no matter what you say, there's no denying that 2011 was the all-time worst performance by a star in the history of the game. Like, I was a LeBron fan. I poured my eyes out crying at the time. Like, because the Clippers were out. So, like, my team I wanted LeBron to win. Like, I poured my eyes out crying, guys. Like, I'm telling you right now, it was terrible. Let's see. I need to end this video. You guys just keep with the comments, though. I fuck with it. It's cool. As a Lakers fan, I think Kawhi sitting out games had a negative impact on his team. They are all dogs who work their ass off to get where they are, and they look down on him for sitting out games. I think that's true to some extent, but you guys have to also remember Kawhi Leonard has a chronic quad injury. He has quad tendinopathy, and I think that's why he left the Spurs. So the Spurs didn't respect that. And Kawhi Leonard, he actually has a knee problem, guys. He actually can't work himself. So I don't really – the load management's annoying, but, it's not the reason we lost. And I think people are making too much of a big deal of it. I think that Paul George being injured and quit load management mixed with Cock Rivers just saying, they've only practiced, twice. What? So you expect us to win the championship when players don't play with each other and practice? Oh, yeah. I mean, they can Netflix and chill, but they don't actually play basketball together. Really? Okay, Cock. Good riddance. Good luck in Philly. I'll hope you, get your cheesesteak poisoned or something, you fool. Anyway, I actually laughed out loud when ESPN said the Lakers gave up too much. Yeah, that's people don't understand how good AD is, man. As a Laker fan, you deserve props for being a real fan of the game first and foremost, and a legitimate diehard Clipper fan. You deserve better, man. Keep up the good work. I fuck with you, Marcus Harper, man. Fuck with you. I don't know if you're related to Ron Harper, but I hope you are. Warrior fan. Braun is just my favorite player. I feel you, Markel. Kobe or Duncan in their primes all time. Now, loaded question because in my time watching basketball, so I started watching in 05. From 05 onwards, it's very obvious who the better player was, Kobe Bryant. But I never saw the time where Duncan was considered the best in the league. I need to go watch those series. I need to go watch those years because I'm never going to get the perspective looking at, oh, yeah, he won a championship in 99. He's the best player. Cool. Nah, I'm a basketball fan. I love the game. I want to go watch the games. And I'm going to watch the games, but we're 24 years away from that shit in my viewing. Right now, we're on 1975. I just saw Jerry West retire. GOAT, by the way. One of the greatest Lakers of all time. Top 3. Because, guys, any Laker fans out here, go watch Jerry West talk about, him losing to the Celtics over and over. It honestly, as a competitor, I hate losing so much. It literally almost brings me to tears how sad it was for him. I have so much respect for Jerry West, man. So much. I'm going to keep supporting, but I'm out, bro. Peace, Mr. Demeanor. LeBron had one major injury, the groin injury last season. Besides that, not really. Yeah. 2011 still got me hot till this day. What do you think about Blake Griffin? I love Blake Griffin. I don't want to answer my his whole player profile for you right now, but he's my second favorite player ever. I love Blake Griffin. He changed the franchise. And talk about putting on for Clipper Nation. He understands. And I actually got to meet him one day and I thanked him for it. So I love BG. I have a lot of love for him. I think that's facts. 2011 was awful, but honestly, as a LeBron fan, best thing to happen to him. Agreed, Nathan. Agreed. It was the best thing to happen to him. Because some stars can't just be like Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, or Tim Duncan, or Kareem. They don't just go out there and win right away. A lot of them are like Shaq and Jordan. Before you succeed, first you must learn to fail. And yeah, of course, those guys that I named that succeeded did have some help to do so. But at the end of the day, you got to perform. And some players just have it earlier than others. And I think LeBron and Jordan both have they weren't good in the beginning, but I think that people don't realize that there are some players in the history of the game, GOATs, that were better than LeBron and Jordan in the beginning. I truly think they were. That understand how to, like, Jordan may have been clutch and LeBron wasn't clutch in the beginning, but LeBron knew how to lead better than Jordan in the beginning, right? So it's both ways. But you know who knew how to win and lead in the beginning? Guys like Bird, guys like Russell, guys like Magic Johnson. Even though Kareem was the main man, you can just see, like, in Game 6, if anybody wants to go watch greatness, go watch Game 5 of the Lakers Philadelphia 1980 and go see the way Magic responds when Kareem goes out. When the whole weight of the building just goes down, how a 20-year-old rookie goes up there and just like, guys, get on my back. We're okay. I've truly in my life never seen anything like it. Anything. Let me see. Watch Kobe. I think some teams and players prefer the direction of the attention to be away from them, and LeBron doesn't mind the attention at all. Yeah, I know LeBron loves the attention. That's very obvious. I'm weak. Watch Kobe destroy Spurs in the 2001 playoffs. I know, I've heard. Don't worry, I'll get there.
You have your phone number?
Yeah.
If I send you a quote, just read it back to me.
Right now? Dad, I'm in a video of a live.
No, just let me see it. That's all.
Dad, I got 52 people on my live now. You know, your boy is starting to get some following here.
All
right. Let's see. Dave Yeager is probably a backup plan for if Doc Rivers gets canned in Philly. Okay. Lakers gave up one young all-star, 2 role players, and picks for generational talent. Yep, the Lakers won. Facts. Stay dropping shit weekly, man. Savage stuff. Ben O'Carroll, I fuck with you. Is Rondo a Hall of Famer? Yes, in my opinion. I've always wanted to see BG at a Lakers uni. G loading. Fuck off. Why do you think Lob City didn't work other than injuries and Doc? Ugh, I wish I could answer that right now, man. I got to go work out. I got to get on with my day, Markel. But let's just say injuries over hyped expectations for how good the team actually was. Chris Paul's great, but he's not the best player on a championship team. Injuries and a colossal choke in Houston that still hurts my chest to this day. But now that the Clippers choked again, even worse, I'm so numb to the pain that, like, I don't even know what to say anymore. Some super teams don't win their first year. Cough. Clippers cough. Let's watch next year. We'll see about that. Are we even a super team? Rondo is number 15 all-time assist, has 2 chips, and one of only 3 players to improve in every statistical category during the playoffs. Yes, Lake Show 805. That's one of my biggest evaluations of a player. Do you improve your performance in the playoffs, or do you go down? That is one of the biggest factors of any player in any era. Bingo, Lake Show 805. I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm loving this channel. You got a new sub. Fuck with you, Smokey's Corner. Keep it. I got the content coming. I know you said you're not a LeBron hater, but LeBron has made it to more conference finals than the Clippers. Oh my God, what an accomplishment. Dude, Patrick McCaw has made it to more conference finals than the Clippers, man. Come on. Would you still be a fan if Clippers moved to another city? Great question. The answer is no. I'm an LA fan first and foremost. If the Clippers move, I'm out, and you can see me putting the purple and gold on. Period. That's not happening, though, so don't even try. Only Clipper fan I like, man. LOL, this dude is real. Hope you all don't get Rondo or CP3. Fuck you, Slick. We need some. Come on, man. You're all right for a Clippers fan. Respect. Subscribe. Bell notification on. Appreciate you, Guerrero. I'm waiting. I'm visiting Cali for the next week, bro. I'm excited. Seriously, man. Good luck with everything. You will do great in independent sports media. Never totally sell your soul, bro. Get that paper, though. Marcus Harper. Fuck with you. Cheese. I fucks with you. Sorry, Dad.
Just open it. That's all.
I know, Dad. I know. 359-912.
359-955. 359.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna leave. But just letting you guys know, my next episode is going to be one of the best ones I've ever had. My uncle, who's a professor at Cal State Northridge and is the biggest Laker fan like ever, or like one of the biggest Laker fans ever, season ticket holder from 95 to 97 at the Forum, diehard Laker fan. He's been trying to, by the way, guys, for all you guys saying come to the Laker Nation, bro, my uncle has been trying that since I was 7 years old, guys, like every single year. So it's not like I didn't have anybody in my life trying to push me to the Lakers. I did. I literally was like a contrarian. Like I just didn't do it. I just wanted to be different, man. And now I guess I'm facing the consequences, but you know what? At the end of the day, it don't matter. Facing the consequences don't mean shit if I have bands and beautiful women around me, which is the goal. The Clippers could lose every year. It doesn't matter if I get the bands. So my uncle is going to be so good, guys. You do not want to miss that. Die hard Laker fan. Like he was at Magic's game where he came back from HIV. Like I can't wait to hear him talk about this stuff. It's going to be great. So please stay tuned. You guys are going to love that episode. It's going to be a real official episode, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Not like this was supposed to be a 10-minute reaction to Ty Lue and then became a fucking Q&A. So say LA, fool. You think Ron will stand on the Lakers? I don't know. New subscriber. I respect your input. Peace, bro. Can't wait for the next episode. Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. Fuck, choking like the Clips right now. Choking like the clips. Oh, fuck. PG just walked in my house. Damn. I gotta go. Shit. Whew. What the fuck was that? All right.